Hi everyone and welcome to Club 3 episode 20 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. Welcome along. So we are at Derby County in our second season with Derby County, and we are just coming to the close of the season. We've got 5 games left, and if we go and look at the competition page, we are in the Championship and we sit in second place. We've got a couple of points advantage over Huddersfield. We recently picked up a win against Watford in the another of our playoff rivals, which enabled us to jump over Huddersfield. And now today we get to play Huddersfield. So this is a huge important game for us. If we can win it, that would put us 5 points clear going into the last few games of the season. If we don't win it, it's all to play for in terms of this second place. Southampton have now won the division already. They've been head and shoulders above everybody all season long, even though we did all right against them. We got a draw in the last game that we played against them, but even so, they've been very dominant this season. But we are trying as hard as we can to get into this second automatic promotion spot. If we end up in the playoffs, it won't be a dreadful season. When we found Derby County last season, they were sitting in relegation zone. So it's been a really good turnaround. But we are so close to getting an automatic promotion spot, and we've got to try our absolute best against Huddersfield today to see if we can really cement that as much as is possible. There's not a huge amount else to tell you, really. This squad is hitting its stride pretty well. We went through a little bit of a blip through March. Couple of losses in there, which was a bit disappointing, but as I say, the win against Watford puts us back on the right track again, and we now get pretty much the biggest game of our season. So if we go and have a look in the tactics page at our squad, you can see that pretty much everybody's fit and healthy other than Alistair Murray. He's on loan from Man United for us. Good young talent down that left-hand side. It's unfortunate he's going to be missing today. He's a really useful backup to have. Fortunately, the ever slightly injury-prone Loku Doku is back into the squad and the side again. We've got to try and keep him as fit and healthy as we can. He keeps going out for minor sort of 1 to 2 week knocks, but that's just par for the course with him. But yeah, everybody else is pretty much fit and healthy and ready to go. So the team that we're putting out for pretty much the biggest game of our season is Bazunu in goal, Guilbert at right back, Target at left back, Story and Harwood Bellis in central defence, with Joku, Roberto and Martinez in central midfield, with McCowan on the right and Loku Doku on the left and Ida up top, with a bench of Burns, Collin, Cooper, May, Sibley, Murphy and Clark. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So we've gone with we are favourites here. Let's go and show them and leave them in no doubt as to why we are. We're at home, which is positive. Huddersfield have come with a 4-4-1-1, which is quite defensive, quite a structured low midfield line. So it's going to be a bit tricky to break them down potentially. Maybe they're trying to get a draw out of this, which would be a bit of a weird result really to go for at this point. But they don't seem to be wanting to come out too much out of their shell. But anyway, first chance for Loku Doku to run straight through the middle of the side, which is really positive. And onto Ida, gets into the box, has a chance and puts it in that far corner. And after 9 minutes, a brilliant run by Loku Doku, normally out wide left, but because we were defending our own goal, picks it up in the middle of the pitch, runs right the way through a couple of tackles and puts it into Ida, rides another tackle there and then gets it onto his right foot and calmly slots it past the goalkeeper. And what a fantastic start that is. And this is going to have to surely, at some point, draw Huddersfield out. They're maintaining their structure at the moment, but that's going to play right into our hands. If we're letting them sitting right back and we've got all that space to come onto them, then this is going to work out very nicely for us. And I'm hopeful that if we can maintain a good performance and get 5 points clear of them after this game. Another chance by Ida, puts it wide that time though, but if we can get those 5 points clear, that puts us in such a good position for the last couple of games of the season. Again, it's a chance for us down the left hand side. Again, we go long very early. It's worked out a little bit, but I don't like that too much. I think we should be drawing, bringing the play up to Ida a little bit more and giving him some support. But we've been hitting him early. He's been doing very, very well on his own. Another chance goes begging there, though. But you can see that in terms of match stats, we're dominating the game, which is really positive. They've just received a team talk, which gave them some good positive feedback. But it drifts through till half time, really. Let's look at these match stats in a little bit more detail. They came back into the game a little bit, so it's a little bit more even. 4 shots for them, 6 to us, both 2 on target. 48% of the possession for us. At home, I'd expect a little bit more, but you can see that we have been going early to Ida quite a lot, which cuts down our possession stats a little bit, I would suspect. But yeah, let's go in and assertively, we've got to keep this going. We can't afford to take the foot off the gas at all. So let's see which one we're going to do. Things are going well. I know you're capable of even better. Let's just leave it at that and put them back out there and see if we can get this really, really key 3 points from today's game. And we've got some tough games still to come. The likes of Cardiff are still in there. So we're going to have to be on our mettle all the way through the end of the season. That's how the Championship works. But so far, we are doing well today. And so far this season, I have no complaints whatsoever, really. The defensive structure has been phenomenal, and it's been the sound board from which we've been able to get some very positive results. Feels like this game is just drifting a little bit, so we're going to go in and make a couple of changes. Murphy comes on from McCowan. He was a little bit low in his conditioning, and then we've got the usual Martinez still not playing well. I still maintain that there's a good player in there, but for the last couple of games of the season, maybe it's time to just bring him out a little bit and put Sibley back in and see if he can be more consistent over the long course for the sort of final four games of the season, just to get us over the line for this potential promotion place. I don't know. It's a difficult decision. I really want Martinez to work. He was such a good coup for us to get in from Real Madrid, but the minute he became unhappy having signed for us, it was just an odd situation, but he got unhappy, and ever since then it's been a real problem to get good performances out of him, but he's still the best player in that position that we've got. Anyway, there we go. That's just the way it is, but what an amazing performance. What an amazing win. It kind of just drifted away in that second half. There wasn't an awful lot for me to talk about, really. No major highlights. But we've got to be pleased with the overall performance, so we'll tell them that we are, absolutely. And we'll go just check out where that leaves us in terms of the division. And we've secured our playoff place by winning that game. That's a real positive as well, isn't it? If we go and have a look at the table, you can see that now we can't drop any further than 6th, which is really amazing. It's going to mean that at least we get an opportunity to play for the Premier League promotion. But we're now 5 points clear in that second spot. It's been a strange episode. I've felt a little bit bizarre with this one because it was a really good first half performance, and then the second half was absolutely nothing, and we survived the second half with no major scares, but there was nothing to talk about. So I'm kind of excited by where we sit in the division, but it was kind of a little bit It wasn't like the 3-0 thumping win that you'd kind of hope for, but that's not how it works in the Championship a little bit. But look at Southampton, 104 points after 42 games, well out in the lead. Haven't had any sight of them for months and months, really. They've just been way out in front of everybody all season long. So what have we got coming up? Let's just check in with the last few games of the season and where our opposition lies. So we've got Cardiff, MK Dons, Portsmouth and Millwall. So let's go find them. Cardiff sitting in 15th. MK Dons, where are MK Dons? Right down at the bottom. Who are the other ones? Sorry, my mind goes blank a little bit there. It was Portsmouth, that's the one. Let's go find Portsmouth. Again, mid-table. And then the last one was Millwall, and they sit near the bottom. So perfectly winnable games. You couldn't ask for a much better run in, really, when you're trying to get promotion to the Premier League. Although the names of the clubs suggest there's some tough games in there, and the Championship suggests there's tough games in there because there always are. But I'm pretty happy with where we sit, and I'm pretty happy with where we're going. So One more episode to come. We'll come back and play the Millwall game. Hopefully by that point we'll have everything sewn up. I might come back slightly earlier if there's a really key game. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work over the next couple of games. I don't really want to drift too much past next episode being the cut-off point unless we get to the playoffs. So just because I think it's time to move on from this particular season. I think we've done quite a lot here. So yeah. There'll be one episode left. It'll be one of these games. I suspect it might be the last one, but we'll see. Anyway, join me for it, and let's see if we can push for that automatic promotion spot. I think we're in for a really good shout now. That was a really important game today. So thanks for joining me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Click that like button if you haven't. Come back next episode. Let's see if we can get that promotion spot. But until then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.